India has a mindset where it punches below its weight. We have to punch not above our weight. We have to punch not below our weight. We have to increase our weight and punch proportionally.
ये हमारा सिद्धांत है, हम घर में घुस के मारेंगे.
You know, victims of terrorism do not sit together with perpetrators of terrorism to discuss terrorism.
Namaskar, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and welcome to Dev Talks. This is Aadi. I have with me Mr. Shiv Sastry, someone who's been in the game of the Air Force long time, and we need to learn, right? So he's got his own YouTube channel. Please check it out. I'll put the link in the description, and of course, Namaskar, sir. Welcome to the show.
Namaste, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, sir. Sir, let's open with a very trivial question. So, something that has been beating around the bush all over the place. There is a news that Su57 is pretty much finalized. I said, okay, very good, yeah. Su57, not bad. What do you think, sir? Debate between Su57 and F-35.
Sorry, your voice broke. You said between Su57 and F-35, did you say?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, I don't think we're going to get either of them because it doesn't work that way. I have my own views.
Mm-hmm.
There is on social media, there is a tendency to think that, that fifth gen will fight fifth gen. See, sorry if I may digress, if it's not a problem. When I was a young man, when I was a young man, बस में जा रहा था एक दो छोटे छोटे बच्चे थे एक 6 साल दोनों 6 साल के थे and one they were fighting. One fellow said my father will bring my car, next fellow said my father will bring lorry, third fellow said my father will bring fire engine. ऐसा so you see मेरे पास 4.5 gen है अभी 5th gen है और 5th gen will fight it. It's not like that. Things don't work like that. Okay. And even if they bring fixed, even if they're in 1 squadron, 2 squadron, what are they going to do? They can't keep it in the air all the time. And people argue and say, oh, 5th gen will come, they'll slip through and defeat everything. It doesn't work that way. उनको भी प्रॉब्लम है अगर उनको दिया वो क्या J35 दिया तो उनको भी 4-5 साल लगेगा और वो तो इंटीग्रेशन नहीं कहते ऐसे ही फ्लाई करते हैं. हम क्या करते हैं इधर IAF में फुल इंटीग्रेशन नथिंग रॉन्ग करते हैं. इंटीग्रेशन यानी कि क्या उसका मेंटेनेंस फैसिलिटीज होना चाहिए और नॉट ओनली मेंटेनेंस फैसिलिटीज मेंटेनेंस ट्रेनिंग एंड कम्युनिकेशन विद ऑल द अदर प्लेटफॉर्म्स. अगर एक सोचिए कि Su57 आ गया नया आएगा तो दूसरी बात है लेकिन अगर आया तो इट शुड बी एबल टू कम्युनिकेट विद तेजस with Su30 and all that. So we make sure electronics ठीक होना चाहिए. So ये टाइम लगेगा. अगर कल आया तो भी 5 साल लगेगा. तो ये नहीं हो 5 साल में देखिए AMC भी रेडी हो जाए. तो मेरे ख्याल में ये सब नहीं आएगा ये सिर्फ रूमर्स हैं. लेकिन आई एम विलिंग टू लिसन टू काउंटर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स. मैं तो आर्ग्यू ही करूंगा. मेरा लाइफ आर्ग्यूमेंट में खत्म हो रहा है. चलो
my argument is only one thing. It's not about the capabilities, it's about numbers. Number भर दो so that Air Force के पास कुछ ना कुछ है. अगर आपको engine लेके आना है, do whatever you need to and fill it up. And the rest, best judge is always the Air Force. उसके आगे तो there is nothing.
Yeah.
But in both the aircraft, when we look at it just as an example, एक जो आपका F-35 है और एक Su-57 है. Geopolitics doesn't favor the F-35 because America का पीछे से, So if that is the case, then would you go in for the Su-57 rather than the F-35, sir?
No, I still would not go in for a Su-57 because we have had a lot of trouble with Russia. It's not Russian items. Russia is our friend. Okay, friendship is one thing. My neighbor is my friend, but that doesn't mean that I am friendly with his wife and taking her out and all that. So Su-57 will come with a lot of problems. Russian reliability has not been good. We don't know what the engine is like. We don't know. We have to integrate our electronics and things like that. I don't think it's a good. Not at the time when we are getting AMC. And मैं आपकी बात मानता हूँ. We need numbers, but because we need numbers, we should not suddenly go for Su-57. One more. We should definitely Tejas will come. Now, like you said, geopolitically, we may have a problem with F-35, because F-404 आ रहे हैं ना, F-404 आ रहे हैं, F-414 भी आएगा, और ये AMC के लिए कुछ कर रहे हैं. And one more thing, we need to develop. You're right. Before we started this program, you were mentioning that you have stated many times, we should have 2 million drones army में. ठीक है. For Air Force, we need to go for UCAV, manned unmanned teaming, and this work is going on. We must not neglect it like ये अपना जो कावी जो 30-35 साल से किया ना, neglect. We should not do the go right ahead. They've already, I believe, they have flown Kiran, optionally manned. एक pilot भी है, एक automatic भी है. So I said we have got a Tejas trainer 2-seat, we got Jaguar 2-seat. So we should go for those things, and this is the. But one thing you're saying. See, sometimes things have to be done for to assuage the public and the political. To help you sort of to give kind of to chamcha lagao the Russians. For that, I don't know whether they will get 1 or 2 squadrons Su57. पता नहीं है, because people keep saying, "अरे forget all this, get Tu-22, 6 Tu-22 mangwana, we will have long range bombers." So people have ideas like this. ठीक है, we bought some. Okay, see, like we do buy small numbers sometimes. Oh, MiG-25 we had, very useful. MiG-25 recce aircraft. We just had a handful. I don't know how many, maybe 6 or 7. And how many Chinook have we got? Just a few. So same way, एक टोकन खरीद सकते हैं. पैसा है, बोलते हैं कि पैसा है. अभी कितना 60,000 crores per engine. If you listen to these meetings now where DefSec, CS, everybody talking, बोलते हैं पैसा है, technology नहीं है, 50,000 ton press नहीं है, 30,000 ton press नहीं है. We don't have the technology for high temperature turbine blades and all. ये सब नहीं है, टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं है, लेकिन पैसा है तो ठीक है, खरीद लो. But it should not become a millstone around our neck. That is the only thing. Dependence. चलो आप बताइए, आपको क्या लगता है?
One major thing which is a question right now, the Air Force and people who watch the Air Force एक सवाल पूछ रहे हैं कि there will be some delay gap बीच में and some amount will need to be compensated. उसके हिसाब से I mean, I have a certain plan and I'll throw it at you and please tell me what do you think.
Please.
My funda is if you are making Su-30s, make another 100 Su-30s. Doesn't matter, there will be new generation Su-30s. Contract with the Russians, जो भी Super Sukhoi जो कर रहे हो, make 100 Super Sukhois within India and focus on your Tejas. Forget all this other things. Focus on your air defense. Focus on the Tejas. Get your arm card instead of 8-10 years, bring it down to 5 to 6 years, and go. More acceptable to me. What do you think?
In principle, I agree with you absolutely. Although I may disagree, I may have a quibble with the number 100 and all that. See, look, I also want I feel sorry for the Air Force. Basically, I'm an Air Force fan, and I feel really sorry where it's got. But I think quick numbers are not going to come. We have to, So in fact, now the Operation Sindoor हुआ ना, I was thinking how I was not thinking anything. After it got over, I realized what a great job they have done. What a great job. They have broken all the rules. They have broken every single rule. Because see, everybody says, "अरे SCAD करना है, SCAD करना है. अगर SCAD नहीं करेगा तो गया, you will lose." SCAD. These fellows deliberately did not do SCAD first day. 7th May they did not do. They sent decoys. They sent Banshee drones. Or quietly बाजू में they sent every single target was hit, pinpoint hit. And on day 1, on day 2, on May 8th, there were 2 parallel stories. एक ये पाकिस्तान का, we shot this, we shot that. अरे ठीक है यार, you shot. What about these? These fellows were doing their job. And after that, after 8th May, finished. So the Air Force, see, they're not stupid. They're not stupid. Just look at. अच्छा देखिए, I wrote it. I published that book now. See, कॉलेज में जब थे ना और स्कूल में एक पत्थर लेके यूज्ड टू हिट द फ्लैग पोल, नॉट द फ्लैग पोल, द टेलीफोन पोल और लाइट पोल. So precision guided munitions are not like that. You need to have absolute precise locations. एक और दूसरा मारना है ना उसको. You have to guide it. You have to have the data. Look at what they have done. I can't believe it. Fantastic. So yes, good. The effort is very good, but still we want numbers. How quickly are we going to get numbers? 2 साल में तो नहीं आएंगे. 2 साल में आएंगे. Few तेजस आएंगे. मे बी रफाल, नेवी के रफाल आएंगे. सब कुछ जो कुछ आप चूज करते हैं, जो कुछ आप चुनते हैं, वो 5 साल 8 साल 10 साल लगेगा. उससे पहले क्या कौन से which plane can come before that? I don't know. Tell me if any plane can come before that. No plane can come. There is nothing that will come quickly. Yeah, people are saying F-35 F-35 ruled out. नहीं होगा. We have too many conditions. और देखा ना, सी F-35 has got everybody. Yes, आपने देखा, आप आए थे एरो इंडिया को. Did you come for Aero India 25?
No, not this year, sir. Not this year, but previous years I've seen.
Yeah, see, F-35 is a beautiful, powerful aircraft. Really powerful. It's nice. I admit that. Okay, but you see, 37 days. Maintenance is a problem. It's not ready. This is not good. What should I say? Publicity for F-35. And anyway, we are not there. So choice is only Su57. And I've told you what I feel about that. Personally.
But the Tejas ka ek hi chakkar hai, sir, which is the engines, right? It's that's the only chakkar, and which is stuck with the Americans, which I personally am very perturbed about. That we should have planned better. Now we are saying ki bhai, okay, Rolls-Royce, what's your offer? Safran, what's your offer? Russians, what's your offer? GE, what's your offer? Japan, what's your offer? Everywhere you're asking, and you're playing with all of them right now. So okay, fine. We should have probably done this for the Tejas. Now how do we figure out the engine, this thing, sir? Now,
Tejas, there's nothing to figure out. We are stuck with the Americans. We are stuck with GE F404. We just carry on. We have to carry that on. America, see, look, we have to have good relations with America also. America also needs to, what shall I say, honor its commitments, as it usually does. When these fellows can have good relations with that Sala Baju mein kya Krapistan, na? They can have good relations with us. So I think F404s will come, F414 also will come. But in the long term, we need to do something. Okay, we need to do, we need to get our own engines going. Agreed, they are saying that, see, you know what, Aadi, 6-7 years ago, Kaveri had, or 5-6 years ago, Kaveri had a high altitude test successful in Russia. Something it was producing some thrust. Nobody told us if there were any problems. That day, actually same day, because Air Marshal Philip Rajkumar has known me from the time I was a little boy. I was 7 years old. He and my cousin, Kuke Suresh, they came to our house. They spent some time. So he's known me from the time I was a very small boy. And he actually called me and said, Shiv, they should put it in a Tejas and fly it. See, we used to laugh. First of all, we copy the West. West used to laugh at China. बोल रहे थे कि अरे ये चाइना वाले क्या करते हैं, दे आर स्टैटिक मॉडल्स ऑफ प्लेन्स और भाग के स्टैटिक मॉडल में बैठ के प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. देखो, ठीक है, वी आल्सो लाफ विद वेस्ट. हाँ, तू मेरा दोस्त है. देन नेक्स्ट थिंग इज वी वर लाफिंग एट चाइनीज. क्या WS10 इंजन, WS15 इंजन, उसका 10 minutes beyond mean time between failure is 10 hours. So in 10 hours it goes. But those fellows have guts. होने दो, 10 hours होने दो. लगाओ एयरप्लेन में, fly for 5 hours and change the engine. We should have those guts. We should have the guts to put it in. Even if the mean time between failure is just 10 hours, 15 hours, put it in. पैसा है वो, आप तो बोल रहे हैं पैसा है तो बनाओ, लगाओ अंदर, fly it. What's going to happen? At least do high speed, low speed taxi trials, high speed taxi trials. कुछ ना कुछ करो ना. We need to do that. We have been totally blind. I think America, Europe, France, Japan. So, sorry, but I'm having a rant.
No.
I'll pop
This is
my
actually makes
company.
sense.
Yeah.
You need put the money where your mouth is. At the end of it,
Yeah,
that's
correct.
so. The biggest challenge with, I mean, for the future. Currently, we see Amka. They're saying ki bhai, it will come under the Prime Minister's, PMO's office, PMO's follow up and stuff. We know that there's a lot of serious work which is happening there, and it's on the dashboard. I know it's on the Prime Minister's dashboard. Anything that lands up there is going to come before time. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
वो मर्जी हो जाए, it will come before time. They will say 8-10 years, it will come in 5-6 years. I know that. Modi Saab is a hard taskmaster.
Mm.
But one of the big challenges again for that is the 6th generation, 5th generation engine that we are looking for. So currently we are looking at deals with the Safran, with Rolls Royce, with 100% TOT. That's what is happening. Do you agree with it?
नहीं आदि, ये सब जनरेशन की बात छोड़ देना. अगर अपने पास थर्ड फोर्थ जनरेशन इंजन है, start with that, put it inside. I have been following this engine development for last 15-20 years at least, and one by one the technology moves. Those days when they first started with powder metallurgy, मैं सोचा अरे powder metallurgy, बाद में single crystal, बाद में blisk, और अभी now composites, and then you have cooling holes. ये तो चल रहा है आगे, बहुत जोरी से चल रहा है. We can't catch up. We should not try to catch up 6th generation. है पागल है. This is, I'm sorry to say. See,
No,
one day, see, I'll explain. One day on Twitter, somebody proudly put a photo of a road in his village. Okay, road. पहली बार रोड आ रहा है, first time bus is coming. और ट्विटर में एक आदमी बंदा बैठ के बोल रहा है, अरे रोड मार्किंग नहीं है, साइकिल लेन नहीं है. We want Switzerland when we haven't got, we haven't reached the level of, what it should be anywhere like that. So forget this 6th generation. We should stop this, variable cycle engine, 6th generation, 2100 degrees turbine inlet temperature. ये सब छोड़ देना, जो है यूज इस्तेमाल करो इसको, use it. Use what we have. Don't run after unobtainium. It's not going to come. And the problem is, अगर see, अच्छा सोचो कि I am a technocrat, I am a scientist, I want funding. Okay, so I am sitting in this place, and Mary, I am also, see, I need to go for conferences and all that. So I'll say, अरे, we have got this, but वो भी चाहिए, fund this. Let me go. I'll attend that conference. See, ऐसा भी होता है. I'm not saying that ऐसे करने हैं अभी, but this also happens. Okay. Everybody chasing after something. 5th generation, 6th generation engines are a mirage. In 35 years, we have barely reached 4th generation engine. We should stop running after 5th gen. This is not the time to run after 5th generation. And 6th. In fact, that word should be crushed and killed. Nobody should talk about engine generation. We fellows are morons. When if you see, अभी aircraft की बात start कीजिए. What was 5th generation when F-22 came? When F-22 came, 5th generation stealth, super cruise, thrust vectoring. Now, what is 5th generation? J-20, only frontal stage, और कुछ नहीं है. So you see, with only this much, now China is saying 6th generation, and we are saying, 6th generation आ गई. क्या डरते हैं हम? कोई फॉरेन में कोई बोलता है हम डरते हैं, immediately we brown our pants. We should stop this. Go with what we have. We know we can achieve. Our people are good. We can do things, but stop running after what we cannot get. This is one lesson we must learn. Yeah.
Interesting. That's a very unique way. I think that's how our Air Force looks at it.
Yeah. No, see, Air Force wanted Mirage 2000. Not see, they said Mirage 2000 is a very good proven aircraft. Look where they are. And in fact, there was a time when they said that the Rafale is not much more than the Mirage 2000. Okay, it's not really offer, but yes, I would say Rafale does offer quite a few things. Twin engine for the first thing, a good engine. It's got a good radar. It's a good capable aircraft. Yeah. And see, nobody should make fun of. I have made fun of this. Sorry, am I interrupting you?
No.
Am I talking? Yeah. See, I myself said, अरे NAT का स्क्रू ड्राइवरिंग किए उन्होंने, और MiG-21 का स्क्रू ड्राइवरिंग, ये सब. I myself said, but who made the NAT a first class fighter? India, IAF. Who made the MiG-21 a top class fighter? IAF. Our boys take something and do a good job. We need to understand that. They don't take something and just play with it and have fun. They say, Are ye hai, we have to manage with it and we will make it good. The MiG-21 became a great aircraft because of the IAF. You see what we got and what it became, it's a completely different thing. NAT also, UK did not even want it as a fighter and it became a saber killer. So, yes, Rafale, if we get Rafale, we will certainly use it well and planes will get shot down. Okay, let them, it always happens. This. So, वो joke था ना कि when Gukesh won against Magnus Carlsen, some fellow said, "Arey, kya, I mean, how many pawns he lost in chess?" And pawns, so you will always lose here in the game. So same way, attackers will always lose aircraft. Even in 71, those who were doing ground attacks, those who were, they get shot down. And this again, I brought out in this book I have written. 65, yes, Pakistan was very strong. We had some trouble. 71, I've heard from, probably you say your father doesn't talk much. But if you talk to him, my cousin used to tell me that towards the latter half of the war, PAF was avoiding combat. And then, this fellow, Sajid Haider, that is the fellow who did the attack on Pathankot. Okay. Now, Sajid Haider, he has written in his book that PAF stayed away because they blamed the army. They said army did not, we were waiting for army to do XYZ attack. वो XYZ attack नहीं किया इसलिए हमने अटैक किया. So they said. और कारगिल में क्या हुआ? PAF started this thing. और बालाकोट में क्या हुआ? PAF was you sleep, we also stay asleep when Balakot was hit. Next day they came, no, they did something. Usko mara, isko mara, we won. Yeah, Yahoo. Same thing is happening after Operation Sindoor. They got their whole backsides ripped open. They got the new one ripped open, and they're saying, 4 mare, 5 mare, 6 mare. So they know they're counting. They know how to count.
No. So they've shot 3,000 Rafales. Some of them are
correct. There are 3,000 Rafales. Exactly. So, I tell you,
France is going to make the Rafale, and it'll already,
it'll crash. It'll come to India and crash and say, "Oh, Pakistan shot it down."
3,000 Rafales jab tak nahi hoga, tab tak Pakistan will keep shooting down Rafales. I mean, they're jokers. So let's come to the Operation Sindoor. This was, very interesting as a display of strength. And I personally believe Pakistan to theek hai, hum log Pakistan se lad rahe the, we were fighting the Chinese. Theek hai. Yeah. This was the Chinese Air Force that we were fighting. Let's be very clear. Pakistani pilots or Chinese pilots doesn't make any damn difference because the tactics were, today it comes out, today somebody's written an article that Chinese taught the Pakistanis NATO tactics that the Pakistanis used in Operation Sindoor. I'm like, oh God, one loser with the other. I mean,
actually, this NATO tactic was used after Balakot also. That is, the NATO tactic was basically, when they were expecting a lot of Soviet aircraft to come, they said they would fire AMRAAMs. They'll keep firing AMRAAMs. They just mass fire AMRAAMs like Pinaka, so that something will go and hit. That is what they did after Balakot. They used PL-15, that's all, in this attack.
They fired a total of 300 air defense missiles, sir, including AMRAAMs, including PL-15s, including surface-to-air. 300 on the first night.
Okay. Yeah, I can believe it. And what? Where was the? Tell me, where was the PAF on 9th?
Exactly.
On 9th and 10th, where were they? What were they doing? In fact, by 8th, there was a report that they had moved all the way out near Sargoda, near आपका Kirana Hills के पास. सो रहे थे. वो जो bunker आप.
They went to Pasni, sir. They ran away to Pasni.
Pasni, अच्छा ठीक है.
Imagine.
भारत के पास नहीं थे. दूर थे, पास नहीं थे.
They took a compass and said 400 kilometers है ना इसका. They put that 400 kilometers.
School का high tech, useless.
Super high tech.
Yeah. See, narrative is a different thing. See, the problem is, my Bharat Rakshak days, 90s, we would be discussing something. There were some guys, there were some very, even now, some of them don't want them to be named. Okay. One of them can be named, of course, because he's a historian. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about Jagan. So he was one of the chaps who started the Air Force site. There are others, one or two who don't want to be named. See, these people were very knowledgeable. And then our boys, they would go to Pakistan Defense Forum. Pakistan Defense Forum would say, we are going to get some super duper, or those days, whatever was super duper. और इधर आके रोते थे अपने बंदे, अरे क्या पाकिस्तान going to get this, Pakistan. See, they talk some rubbish and we believe it immediately. We believe it. And once we believe it, we start crying. We need to have faith in our people. Sindoor should be an example of why we should have faith in our own people. Okay, it's not just about aircraft and things like that. You see the way the IACCS function. You see the way Akash Tir, the army, coordination thing function. It's absolutely fantastic. Those 4 layers of air defense. Nobody has done that. And Pakistan Air Force is no mean Air Force. It's quite a powerful Air Force. And we've gone and just banged everything. And Acha, you've seen all those satellite photographs. You take a photograph of whatever. You take a photograph of Bolari, or you take a satellite photograph of Noor Khan. How do you know which building to it? You find, not you personally. देखिए गूगल अर्थ में खोलिए, उसको एक्सपैंड कीजिए. 1000 बिल्डिंग्स है, कौन से बिल्डिंग को मारेंगे आप, किधर मारेंगे? हाउ डू यू नो? Obviously somebody has been doing peacetime work, very good work. How did you? It's very easy to say, oh, IAF did this. It was a great job. How do you know? IAF is not going to reveal how they did it, but full marks. And with their low squadron strength, the fact that they had to keep some reserves aside for China, still they've done this. So hats off. Honestly, I'm saying it again. Hats off.
So how do you think the round 2 will go now, sir? With the Chinese extension in the Pakistani Air Force?
Chinese can't do anything. Pakistan is not going to do anything much. Now they're going to be quiet for some time in terms of Air Force. They have to be. There's no other go. China also can't help them. See, I think you used a very interesting word. You said a mini, you called it in your video, you called it a mini decapitation. And I had another word. The word was decision paralysis. They were completely bad. Yeah, same thing. So basically, decision paralysis. In this stage, Pakistan won't do anything. But China will keep arming them. And China won't fight directly. So you're absolutely right. Let's see. But I don't think anything will happen very soon. We have to, if you look at sort of, 71, after 71, what happened? No, 65, 71, then 84, it was this thing. Then 86, 87, nothing happened because Operation Brass Tacks was taking place. Uske baad kya hua? After that, 99. So it was quite a few years. Here we've had now Balakot 2019, 6 saal ke baad, this one, Operation Sindoor. So देखेंगे क्या होगा आगे, क्या होगा देखेंगे. We have to see. I don't think it will come anytime that fast. Whether China can see, Chinese also. I mean, look, okay, everybody, मेरे दोस्त सब कहते, अरे China, डरो, वो देखो, she's 7 feet tall, 10 foot tall. China, क्या 10 foot tall? I mean, if you have a assistant like Pakistan, what sort of fools are you? Pakistan not going to do anything for them. Pakistan not going to do anything for them. You should have some brains. You want to fight us, you fight us directly. We will get both of them. We will do it. If not with the number of aircraft, we will do it with something else. We had some. It was good fun for us because we were not doing the fighting. I was not sitting in Galwan and fighting with Chinese troops. But we were looking at what are the things that can be done. Where are the areas where India can go forward in the Chinese front? There are several areas. It's not as though the Chinese can simply come. Arey log bolte hain, China will attack with hundreds of missiles, thousands of missiles. Dekho numbers kya? You Google for the numbers here. Even if they have 1,000, you look at what You will need 150 missiles to take out one airbase. ठीक है, 1000 missiles से कितना? 15, 6 are 90. 6 airways से 6 bases जाएंगे. किधर जाएंगे? They were not even USA with 75 cruise missiles was not able to paralyze one Syrian airbase, one Iraqi airbase.
Apart
So
from
it's
that,
not that easy.
how many launchers does China have? How many
As
launchers
well,
can?
yeah. And it's not as though we're going to be sitting. See, and the other thing is, problem is Aadi. I mean, I should just fade away in the world. I have done 300 videos with all sorts of analysis. There's absolutely no use. They're sitting there on YouTube. I will do one video. I've done some videos 5 years ago. Then now 5 years later, somebody will say, "Arey Shivji, it's so nice your videos. Do इसका कुछ वीडियो बनाओ." अरे 5 साल पहले किया हूँ. You even if China has 500 J-20s, okay, even 500, they cannot do combat air patrol 24 hours a day for more than 3 days. It's easy. This is open source. I can give references. It's not possible because all these aircraft require. See, for two G20s may cover 200 kilometers. Okay, you need to cover 3,000 kilometers. So, kitna hoga? You need about say 30 J20s for that for 2 hours, 3 hours. उसके बाद क्या करेंगे? In one day there are 24 hours. 3 hours के लिए cover कर दिया और 3 घंटे के लिए कितना? So finally you cannot. So it's not as though J20 will be flying ऐसे और एक रफाल जाएगा बड़ा गिर जाएगा, Su-30 जाएगा अड़ा गिर जाएगा, China will defeat you. क्या सोचते हैं ये लोग? Not possible. It's not going to happen that way. We are not. I mean, are we stupid? We talk. I talk as though only I am clever. You are stupid. IF is stupid. Are we stupid? Only I know. That is how we all talk. Unfortunately. What?
No, that is true, sir. There are too many.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Too many
interact with
clever people.
all the
Too many
defense.
clever people. Yeah.
I don't do it because
It's as though there was a time when guys used to say, almost like this is a parody, funny story. ये CIS will be standing at the border with binoculars. देखते हैं, अरे F-16 आ रहा है, MiG-21 मत भेजो, Su-30. The things don't work that way. Things don't work like that. I tell you, being interested is one thing. Reading, problem is people get their knowledge only from social media. Nobody reads. Good information available. Talk to people. Sorry, nice. Thank you for allowing me to have a rant. Today my BP will have come down. Yeah, from 500 to come to
I'm
now.
going to ask you one more question, and then let's get into some audience questions as well.
Sorry.
In terms of weapon systems, Brahmos has come out to be like,
Brahmastra.
I mean, it's better than that. I have seen some impact photographs, sir. The satisfaction one gets looking at them. I mean, the command and control center underground in Noor Khan, oof. That was sweet. That was absolutely sweet. And when I see that building gone today, I mean, for what was underground, you had to आपको पूरी building नीचे गिराना पड़ गया, तो आपको समझ में आना चाहिए क्या मारा होगा इसको बड़ा जोर से.
अरे accuracy के बारे में बात करो, 40 centimeter hole.
So, sir, what else is in pipeline as far as these kind of systems are concerned?
See, this time, I'll tell you, let's be fair. We have used Scalp, we have used Harop, we have used SAW, I don't know. I have not seen reports of SAW, but we may have used, okay? We've used Harop, we've used Scalp, or we've used Rampage, 100% Jaguars have fired Rampage. SAW we may have seen, we do have Rudram, SAW and all these things. To what extent they're integrated throughout the Air Force, these are very good things, they're coming. But again, let me tell you, I don't agree with people who say that we have got this, don't buy that. See, there are reasons why people buy certain things. There are reasons why the Air Force needs to acquire certain. And if the Air Force, if they say that we need this weapon system, it's not because they are import person. It's not because they are import bahadurs. It's because they see a need. They see a niche role. If you need a weapon for a niche role, you need to get it for that. Okay. See, you have to understand that The thing is, everybody thinks he knows a lot about. I mean, just like doctors. See, there was a joke. My classmate, he's dead now. बोल रहा था, everybody is allowed to practice medicine. You need the degree. Okay, so like that, everybody is doing strategy for the Air Force. Army बोल रहे हैं, ये करना है, वो करना है. Give these helicopters to that side. Give that to this side. अरे सब कुछ in these people playing chess. Anyway, छोड़ो. So yes, then see in the news there is some news about some further Israeli. There is always a quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. We'll buy some things from them, but they're also getting something from us. It may be money, it may be support, something. Give them a little bit. इसको भी कुछ देना. See, I have a fellow, एक माली है, एक ड्राइवर है, सबको देके सैलरी. There is one fellow who comes once in 1 week कुछ काम के लिए, उसको भी कुछ काम देता हूँ, क्योंकि he's a useful fellow. This is at a high level. That's all. This is how it is.
That's true. I mean, that's absolutely true. All right, guys, let's get into some of your questions. My request to everybody is please like kariye video ko, subscribe kariye, and share this with your friends and families. And guys, likes are absolutely free. Okay, so there's no charges. Just check your subscription and make sure that you like to the channel. You guys know what YouTube does. So please, please, please ensure that you are connected with the channel. And of course, if you can, do contribute towards the show. QR code, PayPal, super stickers, super chats. Or you can become members, or you can check out the store as well. Let's go. First question, Abhishek Goel. Thank you. He says, Aadi, is CAT's warrior system being designed for AMCA series Su57I, or is it only compatible with Su30 MKI Rafale series or the Tejas series of aircraft?
Sir, you want to answer that from what I've heard. See, Aero India 2023, CAT's Warrior came with along with Tejas. And I always thought that CAT's Warrior would go with 2-seat Tejas. But it looks like Jaguar. I was quite surprised to hear that. In fact, this was a post, I think, by HVD on Twitter. So Jaguar 2-seater is a possibility. Anything, yeah, kuch bhi chalta hai as long as it's 2-seater. Jaguar bhi chalega, yeah. As long as Jaguar, 2-seater.
I don't even know if they integrate the BAE Hawks. Same thing. It's a beautiful.
Yeah, correct. Integrate the BAE Hawks. Yeah, but we should go ahead with it and not chicken out.
Yeah.
We shouldn't chicken out. Engine. By the time we talk about 5th generation, or abhi 7th generation engine aa gaya hai, wo dalna chahiye. We should stop that nonsense. Jo hai, dalo usme. Uske andar. We've got a working Kaveri derivative engine. Put it inside. Use it. Not CAT's Warrior with the Got it.
Prashantji, thank you so much. One of the best podcasts I've watched. Thank you. Grok, thank you. Says India UK FTA signed. Yes, sir. Prashantji, once again, thank you. Abhishek Bhai, once again, thank you. He says, as far as GE is concerned for Tejas engines, can it be the case that GE is sabotaging the Tejas as it did the IAI Lavi so that they can push in the F21?
A difficult question. Yeah, it's a difficult question to answer. See, GE also has to survive. Okay, GE also is a private company that that needs a lot of suppliers, and their reputation is also at stake. So for that reason, I don't think they'll go back very much on there unless there's a very bad breakdown of relations between India and the US, which I think is unlikely. I don't think it's likely. GE will stick to it, and we need to believe the fact, because look, if things were really bad like that, then we would hear from our own people, we would know. But they are saying that there have been supply chain issues for GE also. So fair enough, as long as they supply, it will come. They usually keep their contracts. And the other thing is, the other funny thing about the US is, once they say we'll supply you this, the whole contract, the money is for everything, for all the spares and all that. And yes, they do maintain a database of what are the things they've supplied and what are the things that need to be replaced within a particular span of time. These things go into the original contract itself. So in that sense, the Americans are very good. They're very thorough. Not like, the other guys buy something, supply something, then, oh, ye kharab ho gaya, kya karna? Order karna hai, bahar se. Not like that. So I think it'll be okay.
MPG Saab, thank you. He says, for the explosive growth in engines, we need a flying and metallurgical test beds. stealth test chambers available to public and private companies?
See, absolutely, this is utter neglect. Utter neglect. What we've done is utter neglect. 35 years neglect. We've just not. Thing is, the people right at the top have had no clue. Aisa karna hai, waisa karna hai. This is such an important thing. At least now we have to do it. Get everything ready. Get high altitude. Get a flight. See, multi-engine large aircraft. We don't have any. We are not making Boeing 737. We are not making Airbus. If we make a multi-engine aircraft, a large aircraft, then we can even make a bomber out of it. What did China do? They reverse engineered the Tu-60. They reverse engineered the AN-12. They got a 4-engine AVAX aircraft. They got refuelers. They did that. They were bold enough to do that. We need to do that. Okay, we are not yet. Sorry, I should not digress from fighter engines to transport large aircraft. The fact is, we need to invest. We have to invest now, yesterday. बोलते हैं पैसा है तो लगाओ ना, डालो, open, मुट्ठी खोलो, put it in, put the money there.
So, Abhishek Bhai, once again, thank you. He says, can C295 be repurposed to an AEWAC or an air ambulance with an operational theatre for NDRF, SDRF, BSF, ITBP? For the AWAC, it's already happening. That'll be there for the naval role. So that's going to be there.
Yeah, I'm sure it can.
Please. Sir.
I'm sure it can. Yeah, no, I'm sure it can be done. It's right. Yeah.
Rashmi ji says that's for the people in the Air Force to put their foot down and encourage Indian-made engines at the level that we are capable of.
See, this is a very good question. I'll tell you why. Okay. See, somehow people think that the Air Force decides these things. Air Force does not decide these things. Air Force gives some preferences and things like that. But ultimately, the Air Force is part of the government. Ultimately, the finance ministry, the babus, the deals and things like that. And I think, I don't know whether we mentioned it on this program or it was just before we started when we were conversing. I was talking about Mirage 2000. Did I mention it? How Air Force wanted Mirage 2000 in 2001. In 2001, Air Force wanted Mirage 2000. They said, "Arey, please give us some." And the Babu said, no, this is a single vendor. Abhi kaisa single vendor? Air Force said, no, it's not single vendor, same old vendor, continue further order. This fellow said, no. 4 saal ke baad, 2004, they said, no, do MMAFCS. So you see, these are all the problems. Air Force cannot choose. Air Force can give preferences, but ultimately there are 1,000 other people now. This is like saying that, there is a girl, I want to marry that girl. Uncle, auntie, grandfather, grandmother, everybody says this is the problem, that is the problem. This is what is going on with our defense procurement. Sorry.
Atharvaji says, shouldn't we have parallel engine projects? It's a must to lay groundworks, not because of fear, but to boost our defense export as well as have everything indigenous to stop foreign reliance.
The good news is there are parallel engine things that are going on. Apart from Kaveri on one side, there's the turboshaft and turbofan engines of HAL, and there are small companies, a lot of small companies, you see them on Twitter, producing small engines. The small engines are also good. They can be used for UAVs, they can be used for missiles, they can be made bigger. So that is definitely happening. So, when this is happening, we should not be running after 5th generation, 6th generation. Salah, who is the fellow? Hit him. Mardo usko, the fellow who brought up these terms, 5th generation engine, 6th generation. Once you put this poison in the Indian mind, he will always be looking for that. Or if he is 4th generation engine hai, ro ke abhi 5th generation. Mummy, mujhe 5th generation engine. Enough. Use what we have got. But we are getting there.
Akshay ji, thank you. He says, there is a Japanese anime film from 1985 named Area 88. It shows NATO tactics of firing multiple AMRAAMs. It is a good anime and came before Top Gun. Thank you.
Absolutely correct. This was the tactic that was used both after Balakot by Pakistan and in Sindoor.
So,
these are no NATO tactics.
MTC says, sorry. Please.
Go on. No, see, the Soviet numbers were so high. They were worried. They said, we can't knock off so many aircraft. So we will fire AMRAAMs.
Self-target, huh?
Yeah.
He says our private firms need to collab with drone firms to develop anti-drone armed AI drones, which tethered shotgun shells and Gatling guns. There's some work happening on that.
Gatling guns, unlikely.
Not Gatling, the AI drones with tether and all that stuff is taking.
In fact, this firm in Bangalore, what is the one? Yeah. I forget.
IG drones.
Here,
IG drones. Huh? IG drones.
Not. Leave it. When he come here, I sit and forget that name. He's my friend also. Ex-Air Force guy running the drone company in Bangalore. Anyway, they've got tethered drones. We've got tethered drones, but not Gatling guns. See, Gatling guns use up so much ammunition. Yeah. But how do you keep sending up ammunition? You have to keep bringing the drone down. So not Gatling guns. Have accurate guns like this. Prachand has got these Nexter cannon, good, highly accurate cannons. Aim one shot, ek goli, ek dushman type of thing. Bang.
Yeah. Frustrated commoner. Thank you. He says, isn't MiG Bison that took down the F-16? Oh, yes.
It is. Absolutely.
One of my favorite aircraft, by the way, MiG-21.
It's a great aircraft, yeah.
Nareshji, thank you. It says, great to see a fellow BRFite. Shivji, after a long time. I was part of the BR design team in the early 2000s. Best wishes.
Hi.
Be real. There are two questions. I think both are the same. LCA and LCH. Why is there a slowdown? What's stopping? LCA is different, bro. LCA is the aircraft. LCH is the helicopter. Helicopter, there's no delay. Things are fine. And you're saying Y4 Apaches.
This may be, yeah. They're giving little lollipop to America. Yeah, America also needs lollipops.
Yeah.
I feel that.
And last one, Aadi, do a combined podcast on MiG 1.42/44, Su-47, Su-57. Su-47 is an experimental aircraft. It's called the Beckroot, the opposite wing. In comparison with F-117, retired, F-22, superb, YF-23 was never made. Amazing for the audience. Thank you for that. But
I don't like these comparisons. There's no point. They're worth nothing. They're exciting, maybe, but they're useless. They don't mean anything.
The F-117 is retired now. YF-23 was never made. The Su-47 is an experimental aircraft, and the MiG 1.42, MiG 44 is still yet to kind of
it's not
do any major thing right now.
So you can't, you cannot do one-on-one comparisons of these aircraft like that. It doesn't mean anything. It's good for for shows, but it really carries no meaning actually.
Yeah.
I keep telling my friend, and my classmates, all old Buddhas like me talk like this. I tell them, shut up, you guys. Haven't you learned after 70 years? Or whatever, 65 years.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. This was very interesting. Actually, very, very interesting.
I enjoyed it. No holds barred. I like that.
Always, sir. Always. Dev Talks is always like that. Dev Talks is where you speak your mind. Thank you so much for the time. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks a lot.
Let's keep in touch and do more work together. Thank you.
Absolutely. And please pass my compliments to your dad.
We'll do that, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Jai Hind. Vande Mataram.